Welcome to the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. This episode is brought to you by Authors Unite. Authors Unite provides you with all the resources you need to become a successful author. You can learn more about Authors Unite and join the free community at authorsunite.com. Now, let's jump into the episode. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. Today, I have Will Moulthrop with us. He's the company relations manager for Launchcode. They build software development intern and apprentice programs, and they are in 6 markets nationwide. So welcome to the show, Will.
Thank you, Tyler.
Of course. Thanks for joining us. And we will dive in. The first question I have for you, Will, is what's the best story from your life that has an underlying valuable message?
It's about 7 years ago that I got remarried. We blended families. My daughter was the oldest. Her son and daughter came in the middle. And we had the combo baby, the yours, mine, and ours kid about 4 years ago. That's the story at a 10,000 foot level. And the underlying message for me was just the very practical nature of love and trust and communication. And with a family that came together amidst a bit of chaos, the ability to slow it down and develop the interpersonal relationships through those pillars has been probably the foremost story of my recent years.
And what's the most valuable piece of information we should know that's within your expertise or industry?
That there is a solution to the software talent gap. So I just came on board with Launchcode within the last couple of weeks, though they've been established for about 4 years. They are a nonprofit with a lot of success at putting a diverse background workforce, those from different socioeconomic, gender, and race backgrounds, into very tangible positions in the IT workforce. I've seen a lot of success and a lot of people change and grow, not just their careers, but their entire lives.
And what's your best piece of overall business advice, so not necessarily industry specific?
Wow, overall business advice is number one, know how your company is run, know what your company's core function is, know how the role you play fits into that greater machine that you've worked for.
And if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that be?
Believe in yourself. You've got all the tools, whether you think you do or you don't, you do.
And in your opinion, what's the key to happiness?
It's a negotiation with your true self.
And what's the best book that you've read, and what was the number one thing you learned from that?
Title of the book is What the CEO Wants You to Know. And the very quick premise is that all companies are basically faucets of revenue, and the CEO is paying attention to anything that's going to help or harm that faucet of revenue. Whether you're in product or services, you want to speak to the CEO. That's where his concerns lie.
And what's your favorite quote and why?
Tyler, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, sorry. My internet flashed in and out.
No, it's okay. The last question was just what's your favorite quote and why?
Favorite quote is from President Harry Truman. It's amazing what we can all accomplish when nobody cares who gets the credit.
I like that quote. Okay. And thanks so much for coming on, man. The last question I have for you before we let you go is where's the best place for people to find you online?
LinkedIn, first name Will, W-I-L-L, last name Moulthrop, M-O-U-L-T-H-R-O-P, or on Twitter, my handle is my initials, WCM026.
Perfect, man. Thanks again for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thank you for the invite, Tyler. Talk to you soon.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.